Today, I'm going to show you a simple 5-step chair routine that can start easing that heavy, swollen, cramping feeling in your legs in about the time it takes to watch this video. Here's what's coming. 5. Moves done in a very specific order from your feet all the way up to your thighs. I'll tell you why the order matters in a second, but I'll warn you now. Move number 1 looks almost too simple to work, and that's exactly why most people skip it and stay stuck. Stick with me through all 5. Before we get moving, if you're new here, hit subscribe. It's free. It takes 2 seconds and it means you won't lose this the next time your legs are bothering you. Think about the last time you climbed a flight of stairs and your calves felt like bricks by the top, or you stood at the kitchen counter for 10 minutes and had to sit down because your legs were throbbing, or you got out of the car after a long drive and your ankles looked like they belonged to someone else. Or you woke your spouse up because you yelled out from a Charlie horse in the middle of the night. If any of that sounds familiar, your legs aren't failing you, they're asking for help. Here's what a lot of well-meaning advice misses. It tells you to elevate your legs or drink more water, which isn't wrong, but it treats the symptom, not the pump. Your leg veins don't push blood uphill by themselves. They rely on your muscles squeezing around them like a hand around a tube, forcing fluid back up toward your heart. When those muscles get stiff and underused, which happens to almost all of us as we age, that pump gets weak and fluid simply sits there. That's the heaviness. That's the swelling. That's often the cramp. Here's a fast way to check your own pump. Right now, while you're sitting, lift both feet an inch off the floor and wiggle your toes for 10 seconds. Notice any tightness or resistance? That stiffness is exactly what we're about to work loose. We're going to move from the bottom up, like squeezing toothpaste from the end of the tube. Feet first, then ankles, then calves, then thighs. So the fluid actually has somewhere to go at each stage. Move 5, the sole press. Take a tennis ball, a small water bottle, or even just your bare foot on the floor. Press your right heel down and roll slowly forward to your toes, applying gentle pressure the whole way. Do this for about 90 seconds per foot. This wakes up the nerve endings and tiny blood vessels in your sole, which tend to go numb and stiff from years in shoes. You should feel a warm, almost tingly release, never sharp pain. If it hurts, ease off the pressure. Beginners can do just 30 seconds per side. The most common mistake is rushing through it. Slow down. Within a week, many people notice their feet feel less tight first thing in the morning. Move 4, the towel grab. Lay a small towel on the floor, set your bare foot on the near edge, and use only your toes to scrunch the fabric toward your heel. Do 2 full passes per foot. This rebuilds tiny foot muscles that quietly weaken from a lifetime in stiff shoes, and every contraction forces fresh blood into the area. Modification. If scrunching is hard, simply try to spread your toes as wide as possible 10 times instead. Move 3, ankle circles. Lift 1 foot slightly and trace the biggest circle you can with your big toe, like drawing on an invisible wall. 12 circles one way, 12 the other, each foot. Your ankle is a narrow passage for blood flow, and moving it through its full range keeps that passage open instead of pinched. Move 2, the heel pump. Feet flat on the floor. Lift both heels as high as you can. Squeeze your calves hard for 1 full second at the top, then lower slowly. 15 reps, 2 rounds. This is your calf muscle, often called your body's second heart, actively pumping blood upward against gravity. Beginners can do 8 reps and build up. What you should feel? Working calves. What you should not feel? Cramping mid-set. If that happens, stop and rest. Quick note before the final move. If you have a blood clot history, severe varicose veins, or uncontrolled heart or kidney issues, check with your doctor before this next one since it's the most demanding of the 5. Move 1, the one that changes everything, the seated leg lift. Sit tall back against the chair. Straighten one leg out until it's nearly parallel to the floor. Tighten your thigh and squeeze your glute. Then pulse your toes toward you and away from you once each. Lower slowly, 10 reps per leg, alternating. This clears fluid out of the knee and hip area, so everything you just pumped upward has somewhere to drain to. In my own practice, I've watched patients go from dreading a simple walk to their mailbox to comfortably managing a full grocery trip just by rebuilding this one movement pattern consistently. Two bonus tips. First, right after this routine, prop your feet on a stool or pillow for 10 to 15 minutes. Gravity does the rest of the work for you. Second, a small square of dark chocolate, 70% cocoa or higher, contains compounds that support healthy blood vessel function. It's a nice treat, not a free pass to eat the whole bar. Here's your challenge. Do this 5-move routine once a day for the next 10 days. Ideally, in the evening if swelling is your main issue, or in the hour before bed if cramps are your problem. Track it by writing a simple check mark on your calendar each day you complete it. Tell me in the comments which symptom hit closest to home. 1. The sock marks. 2. The heavy legs by evening. Or 3. The middle of the night cramp. I read every comment, and whichever answer comes up most, I'll build next week's video around it. Quick recap: sole press, towel grab, ankle circles, heel pumps, and the seated leg. Lift in that order, bottom to top. So the next time you look down and see those red lines from your socks, I want you to remember that's not just aging. That's a pump that needs a little help, and now you know exactly how to give it that help. Take care of those legs. Tomorrow, I'll show you the 3 morning habits that quietly make swelling worse before you've even left the house. And if your knees ache more than your calves do, stay tuned for that video next. If stairs make you W's, if kneeling makes you nervous, if standing up from a low chair takes a 2 count, that one's for you too.